Hello everyone. Take a look at quiz 2. Now there were 3 versions of the quiz, so I'll go through version 21, which has some parts the same, some parts different. And then, for the parts that are different on 22 and 23, I'll show you those answers as well. Okay, so first one, write a balanced and net ionic equation for the reactions between lead 2 nitrate and sodium chloride solutions, right? So I only wanted 2 equations. You could do that middle one if you wanted to as a kind of a way to get to the end, but I only graded the 2. Okay, now careful, right? Okay, for this one here, the formula of lead 2 plus 2 minus 1, need 2 of them, plus 1 minus 1, plus 2 minus 1, need 2 of them, plus 1 minus 1. Okay, so names the formulas first and then balancing numbers in front. Okay, I said that if you look, and I wrote it down as a reminder down here, molecules and ions, packet 2, 20 minutes in, you can't leave charges inside formulas. The whole point is they cancel. Only when ions are separate and mobile do the charges, if you like, emerge, okay? So if you left plus 2s and minus 1s inside, which several of you did, that killed your score, okay, because that's the wrong formula, and it's minus 4 points per formula, right? So a couple of those you get 0 because it's out of 5, right? 5 each. Okay, so that's that. It's the same for each exam, or each test rather. And then that's the balanced. Then you split it into its parts, do the cancelling of the ions thing, and you're left with the net where the action is. I like to say to myself, well, I made lead 2 chloride, right? What did I make? Well, lead and chloride bumped together in a 1:2 ratio. Okay, so if you do the cancelling, you'd get this. Okay, so minus 4 off per incorrect formula. So if you had charges inside 2 formulas in this front one, it was done, right? It was 0 out of 5. Okay. Some people miss little charges down here where they're separate mobile ions. Yes, there are charges, but there's none here because it's a combined ionic compound, right? Okay. All right. Balancing was 3 off if you got that wrong, and state symbols 2. All right. Okay, fair enough. Now, next one I did 3 versions of the next one. I just changed the numbers. That's a little trick, obviously, right? So if you had 21, you had 75 milliliters of 0.1, 50 of 0.1. So it's the same for every other one. Apart from here, it's 80 and 85. Okay. Now, let's read it and then just, it relates to the first part, right? So what mass of solid product is formed when 50 milliliters of 0.1 molar lead nitrate, lead 2 nitrate, that's the same stuff from the first part, reacts with 75 milliliters of 0.1 NaCl. So it's the same reaction from part 1, right? And then we sort the partners, and that one is the solid, yeah? So it's asking how many grams of this do I make if I mix 50 milliliters of 0.1 strength, this one, with 75 milliliters of 0.1 strength, this one. And again, this was the variable on, it was 80 or 85 on the different exams, right? Because it's aqueous, you can't do grams times molecular weight, because it's aqueous, it's concentration times volume is moles, right? Okay, and it didn't matter if you set it up in a chain or you did a table like I prefer. Both mathematically the same, right? So let's take a look. So concentration was the same in each case, right? 0.1 moles per liter. Concentration times volume is moles, right? Careful though, in liters. So 50 milliliters is 0.050036 figs, right? 75.0750. Okay, multiply that, 0.005 moles of lead 2 nitrate, 0.0075 of sodium chloride. Most people got that, which is great, right? But here's the thing, you've got to slide across with the limiting reactant. Now I do this, right? Okay, so it's very kind of common sense and easy to do if I just do that. One of these reacts with 2 of these. 0.005 needs 0.01, right, to be perfect. So you ask yourself a question, is what's under my finger more or less than 0.01? If it's more, it's excess. If it's less, it's limiting. 0.0075, it's less. So even though it's a bigger number, it's limiting. And that's the one you slide across with. 2 makes 1. 0.0075 makes 0.00375. If there was an error, it was here. Okay, then you climb up, it's a solid, get your grams, 2 sig figs. Okay, on the other tests, 80 milliliters, 0.008 liters, 0.004 over here. So this one slid across, out we go, 1.1. And then for the 85, 0.0085, 0.00425, out we go, 1.2. Okay. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to get this up, as soon as I can, and try and get through it by the end of Wednesday, which is tomorrow. And then if you've got any questions, come to the office hour on Thursday. Okay. Remember, if you look at your score on Canvas and you look at this key and you think I've misgraded it significantly, you can get a regrade, right? But again, if you do that, if you get a lower score or the same score, it does cost you kind of a 10% fee, because I can't be doing it every time. Okay, hope that makes sense. See you guys next time.